Hey everyone, it's Bailey and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'm going to be doing a 24-hour readathon. So I'm going to be doing it where I start at a certain time today and end it at a certain time tomorrow. I will not be doing the timer method. I'm just going to see how much I can read in the span of 24 hours. I have not exactly decided what time I'm planning on starting this 24 hours just yet. I'm thinking it's going to be after I eat dinner. So I'm thinking probably around 6 or 7. It's currently like 4:30 right now, but I wanted to go ahead and film an intro for this video and just kind of let you guys know what my reading is going to be for this readathon. So I do have a set TBR, but then I also don't have a set TBR, if that makes sense. So I do have a set TBR for the first half, but then once I finish these books, then after that it's just kind of like a free-for-all. So I am hoping to finish out the rest of my TBR for the month. I only have 2 books left to read on my TBR for March, and then once I'm finished reading those, it is mood read central. So the first book that I'm going to be concentrating on during this readathon is Things We Do in the Dark by Jennifer Hillier, and I have actually already started this. I am currently on page 146, so I'm about 40 something percent into this, and so far I'm absolutely loving this book. Like, this is different to some of the other mystery thrillers that I've read recently, but so far it is so good. I am trying to get into the mystery thriller genre, so I've been trying to pick up more mystery thrillers, and I'm so happy that I picked this one up because I'm absolutely loving it. I already have so many theories on who I think did it and what is going on, and I'm super excited to finish this to see if any of my theories were correct. But once I finish this book, since I have already started it, the next book that I'm planning on picking up is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I just know that this is some people's favorite book of all time, and that they said that it absolutely destroyed them, and that it is a Greek retelling, and that's literally all I know about this. I have heard some people absolutely love this, and I've heard some people absolutely hate this, so I'm interested to see where I fall in that category. I do love a good retelling, so I'm interested to see how I'm going to feel about this. I don't really know anything about Achilles, or I guess this was based off of the Odyssey, I'm thinking. I don't know. I'm not sure which Greek story this is meant to be, but yeah, I'm interested to see what my feelings are going to be on this. That is going to be the 2 books that are going to be like my main focus for this readathon. I do think that I can finish both of these during this. I see myself for sure finishing Things We Do in the Dark tonight once I start the readathon, but as far as The Song of Achilles, I'm not sure. It isn't like too terribly long, but it's also not very short either. It's 372 pages, and I don't really know what to expect for this one, so I'm interested, again, like I said, to see. But I hopefully will be able to get to this one tonight and finish it during the 24 hours. Once I finish these 2, or if I do finish both of these, then I will regroup and recalculate. I'm thinking I probably might end up just picking a prompt out of my TBR jar to just like read something like out of that, and it not obviously count towards my TBR, just put the prompt back in the jar like once I'm done. So we'll see if that's something that I decide to do. I do have a couple books on my TBR card that I'm looking to get to soon as well, so maybe I'll just pick one of those. But I think that's gonna be it for this intro until I'm ready to start the readathon. I think, like I said, I'll probably end up starting it around 6 or 7. I'm probably gonna eat dinner probably in the next like hour or so, and then once I finish eating, then obviously I will probably start the readathon and start with Things We Do in the Dark. So yeah, that's gonna be it for now, and I will talk to you guys again a little bit later. Okay, so it is currently 9:20. I don't know if you can see that, 9:20, and I just finished Things We Do in the Dark, and I loved this. I literally guessed almost every single plot twist except for the very last one. Like, I knew pretty much from the beginning who the murderer was, and pretty much every plot twist except for the last one, and then I kind of like put it together like right before the last part started. So I do hate that was a thing, but overall I feel like it did not take away from the story for me. Like, I still really loved this book, and I think I'm gonna end up giving it 5 stars. Like, I just loved it, the way that it sucked me in, and it was written so well that I don't even care that I guessed all the plot twists, and it was just so heartbreaking, and like, just, I don't even know, like, it was literally just so good. Like, this is definitely up there with The Kind Worth Killing for me, which is probably one of the best mystery thrillers I've read. And obviously I am very new to the genre, so I don't have a lot of mystery thrillers under my belt, but definitely I think those two, this one, Things We Do in the Dark, and The Kind Worth Killing, are probably like top 2 mystery thrillers for me. And this one was just so like, so good, so good. I cannot sing higher praises for this. Obviously it is very trigger heavy for like child abuse and pedophilia and things like that, but overall it was so good. And like, there was one part that had me like tearing up, and honestly the whole thing I'm gonna be thinking about this book for a while because it was literally just so good. Like, I just can't get over it. But now that I'm done with this, I think I'm going to start the Song of Achilles and see how much I can get rid of that before going to bed. I definitely do know that I will be up for at least a couple more hours. I want to try and see if I can make it till at least midnight tonight. I did take a nap today, so I think I might be able to make it till midnight, but that might be pushing it, so we'll see. But yeah, so I think right now I'm just gonna go ahead, start the Song of Achilles, and then I will update you guys again probably a little bit later tonight before I go to bed. Hello. Okay, so I know this isn't like the best angle possible, but I'm comfortable and don't feel like moving, so, but I have been reading the Song of Achilles, and so I don't even know what time it is right now. It's 10:58, so it's 11 o'clock, and I am currently on page 96, I think, of Song of Achilles. I'm on chapter 10, which is page 93, so not too far in, but pretty decent chunk read, I would say. But yes, so far I am enjoying it for the most part. The beginning definitely did feel very like school reading, but now I'm kind of into it a little bit more, and I do think that I did spoil the ending for me because there's like a character dictionary in the back, and I was just looking at the character dictionary and it said something about like a character dying. And so because I didn't read the Odyssey or the Iliad in high school, even though I'm pretty sure it was assigned like my senior year, and I just like didn't read it, I don't know what happens in the Iliad and the Odyssey. So yeah, I did kind of spoil myself for that, I guess. But I do feel like the writing is pretty easy to understand for the most part. I did find the beginning a little bit confusing just because, like I said, I don't know a whole lot about the original story, so I don't really know most of the people that they're talking about in here, but the story itself is like flowing nicely, and the writing itself is pretty good, I would say. So yeah, I don't know, if I was Achilles and Patroclus, I think is how you say that, Patroclus, and Achilles is half god, half mortal, and Patroclus has been exiled from he was a prince, but he's been exiled to the island that Achilles' family is on, I guess, and they become like companions or like best friends, essentially, I guess you would call it in this time. But yeah, so far not a whole lot has happened. They are going to training now with the centaur. I forgot his name already, but yeah, so a little bit's happening, but like not a whole lot is happening. You can definitely tell that Patroclus has a crush on Achilles or is like heading that way into it being like an unrequited love type situation, but I really don't think that that is the case with this. I don't think that it is unrequited. I think it is very much they love each other, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm still kind of reading it and like getting into it. I do think that I am going to probably go to bed though, like now, because I am getting really sleepy, and since I've ended on like at the end of a chapter, I think I'm just gonna go to bed now because like I said, it is currently 11 o'clock. I was trying to wait until midnight, but I'm just not making it, and I have until 6:30 tomorrow because that's what time I started this readathon today, and I feel like I have already made some pretty good progress considering I've already finished one book. So I'm gonna give myself some grace and let myself go to bed tonight. And yeah, so I am going to pause on the Song of Achilles and go to bed, and then I'm gonna pick it up in the morning. When I wake up, I see myself being awake probably around 8-ish, maybe a little bit before that, but probably 8 is when I'll probably get up, and then have from 8 to 6:30, which is a pretty decent amount of time. So, but that's gonna be it for now, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning. So I just woke up, and like, I know it literally looks like I just woke up, but anyways, ignore that. So it is currently 8:04 in the morning, so I am about to do some reading. I am going to be picking up the Song of Achilles. I didn't make any more progress since I updated you last night, but after sleeping on it, I'm really liking this. I don't know, so I definitely think that this is going to be a pretty high rating for me. I don't expect 5 stars, but then again, I'm not sure. And now that I guess I technically spoiled the ending for myself, or something that happens in the ending, I don't think it's gonna hit like as hard, but I don't know, we'll see just kind of how Madeline Miller's writing is, if it makes me like tear up or anything, but I'll let you guys know. But yeah, so I'm gonna get to reading, and I still have like 10.5-ish hours to read, so I definitely think I can get this one finished and read half of maybe one more. So but yeah, so this is gonna be my main focus for the morning. I think I should be able to have this done by lunchtime probably. So yeah, I will update you guys again probably a little bit later. So it is currently 11:55, so almost 12 o'clock, and I just finished the Song of Achilles, and so I liked this. I don't want to say that I can see what all of the hype is about, because this was good, but I don't think that it was like amazing, if you will. So I do think that I am going to end up giving it 4 stars because I did really enjoy the story, even though I didn't really know much about the Iliad and the Odyssey enough to be able to connect on another level with these characters. However, the ending was still pretty sad. I didn't cry or anything. I know a lot of people said that they cried at the end of this, and I definitely did feel it pulling on my heartstrings, but not enough that I was like sobbing, crying, like, you know. So I do feel like this would be something that I would want to reread again. So I am happy with it, I would say. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it for the most part, and I think I would recommend it. It was a pretty good retelling. It wasn't boring or anything. The writing was really easy to dive into and digest, and the story overall, I enjoyed it. So yeah, but that's is my last book on my TBR for the month of March. So now it is pretty much a mood read free-for-all. So I'm not sure what I am wanting to start right now. I definitely have been having my eye on Crave by Tracy Wolff, and then also maybe City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. But honestly, I'm thinking I might end up picking up Crave. That just sounds good to me right now. But yeah, so I think that's what I'm gonna end up picking up. It is, like I said, about to be noon, so I still have 6 hours left in this readathon, and I think I'm about to get up and make some lunch really quickly and start Crave. And yeah, so that's gonna be it for now, and I will update you guys again a little bit later. Hey guys, so it is now officially the next day after I finished the readathon. I finished at 6:30, and I just wanted to hop in and give one final update before I close out this video. So when I stopped filming last night, or even when I stopped reading, also I was reading Crave by Tracy Wolff, and I had made it to chapter 36, which is page 288. So I made it to around the halfway mark in this. So, and not that I'm like loving this, I'm not like hating it, but this is just like a silly goofy time, and I'm enjoying myself because it's so fun. Like, it is definitely giving me like Twilight meets The Vampire Diaries meets Vampire Academy, and it's honestly like so fun and silly goofy, and it's honestly giving me Wednesday vibes a little bit too with the like roommate situation. But overall, like, I'm just having such a good time with this. Like, this is not fantastic, like, I'm not saying that at all, but I am just having such a good time with it. And I've already ordered the second one because I just know that I am going to want to read this series, even though it's probably never going to be like my favorite series of all time ever or anything close to it. But it's just giving me like nostalgia vibes, and I'm just having a really good time, and I'm really enjoying this, even though this is like what I would classify as like the new generation of Twilight, I guess you could say. But overall, fun time. I'm really enjoying this, and I am going to continue reading this. I do see myself probably finishing this later today. So that is going to be the end of today's video. I do feel like it has been a pretty successful 24 hours, even though I know I'm filming this like outro like after 24 hours has been over. But throughout the 24 hours that I did do reading, even though I did sleep and everything, I do feel like I did get a lot read. I was able to finish off all of the books on my TBR, which was amazing. I also got a 5-star read during this video, which was also amazing, and I guess maybe even found like a new comfort book maybe. But yeah, so just for a little wrap up, the first book that I finished was Things We Do in the Dark by Jennifer Hillier, and I ended up giving this one 5 stars. This was just so good. It's a mystery thriller about this girl whose husband died and she is charged for the murder even though she did not murder him, and she cannot remember what happened. And it also follows this guy Drew who hosts this podcast called The Things We Do After Dark, and he is looking into the child, or like the daughter of a woman who murdered this man like 20 years ago, and she's getting out of prison, and so he goes to talk to her to ask her about the daughter. And honestly, it's just like so good, so good. And I would highly recommend this if you are into mystery thrillers, or even if you're like just starting out in the genre. This was so good. And yeah, it's definitely different than some of the other thrillers that I've read, but this has got to be like one of my favorites, hands down, out of the ones that I've read so far. But yeah, definitely check the trigger warnings for this, because there are trigger warnings for like child abuse and murder and things like that. So definitely be wary if you are triggered by any of those kind of things. Then the next book that I read was The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, and this I ended up giving 4 stars. I really enjoyed the story of Patroclus and Achilles, and honestly, like, after thinking about it, because I have been thinking about this book since I put it down, and I just really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed, I don't even know, like I can't even describe like my feelings towards this, but I just know that I really liked it, and I really enjoyed seeing how Achilles was different with Patroclus, especially at the end, and how Patroclus was willing to like step up for Achilles, even though Achilles was being not necessarily selfish, but he was letting his pride get in the way. And so it was definitely interesting to see their dynamic and them growing up together. And honestly, I just feel like it was a beautiful story. Obviously this isn't exactly how it is, I guess, in the Iliad and the Odyssey, because that was written like a long time ago, and it's not actually like a romance story, it's like an epic whatever. And so this was definitely good. It took a spin on the story because it is told from Patroclus's point of view, so I did really enjoy that. And I would maybe read the spark notes on the Iliad and the Odyssey, but I don't see myself reading the actual thing. But I definitely would recommend this book if you are interested in retellings, because this is exactly what this is. And yeah, overall I enjoyed this. 4 stars. I think I might end up bumping my rating up to like a 4.5 just because I can't stop thinking about this. And then finally I started Crave and got about halfway into this, and like I said, I'm enjoying myself. I probably will end up giving this probably like a 3-star maybe, but I am going to see about finishing this later today. But that is all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. I will have all my social medias linked down in the description, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.